We have Dr. Imran Chaudhry with us with an extensive experience of foreign service, a former diplomat. Thank you so much, Dr. Imran, for joining me today.
My pleasure.
I hope you're following the geopolitics very closely. Everybody is. Trump arrived at this G7 in a noticeably very different mood than past summits, staying the full 3 days and saying he found real unity among allies. This was new. What actually changed further was for him in between criticizing these same leaders for staying out of the war and embracing them this week. How do you read the situation?
I think he needs reaffirmation or affirmation of the agreement that is he's signing with Iran. And so he was surrounded himself with the world's most powerful leaders and affixed his signatures to it. So another attempt for him to say that he has the support of the world, now that he needs it, because internally he's going to face a lot of criticism, because on first reading, the document seems to be more pro-Iranian than pro-US.
So the concessions he has given to Iran, it's public now. And he is describing it, he is owning it on the record. At the same time, he is cursing literally at Netanyahu and telling him he had no judgment. Presidents usually don't share such details voluntarily. Why would Trump choose to make that call with Netanyahu public rather than keep it behind closed doors?
I think at that time he wanted to tell the world that he is not Netanyahu's tool or anything. Because at that time, there was a very heavy bombardment of Lebanon that was going on, and he wanted to distance himself, although Netanyahu wouldn't do anything without getting approval from the Americans. So that was good cop, bad cop that he was playing.
Mm-hmm. And you think this works? By now, everybody knows Trump's.
No, it doesn't work. Whoever will see the initial document will feel that Iran resisted, and Iran resisted well. But then it is early days. You have to start the real negotiations for the first 30 days. That is almost done. The opening of Hormuz is done. And then the 60 days for other contentious matters. So the initial document seems to be pretty concessional towards Iran, as you put it. But at the same time, the real negotiations have yet to start.
Right. Other than the pressure that he was having from the domestic politics of US, do you think there were allies, former allies, or I don't know how to put it because of the way he has been dealing with NATO allies, do you think there was a pressure from Europe, China, Russia, everyone to get the Strait open? And this is why he has agreed to this, thinking that any deal is better than no deal.
I think it's still not a no deal, and I still think it's not entirely anti-US. But I told you that that's the impression that you get after reading it. So yes, there was pressure from Europe. There was also pressure from the GCC countries. There was pressure from all over the world to let the world's economy settle down and not let it suffer because of a needless war. So yes, there was pressure from everywhere to have Hormuz open, and there was no other way he could get the Strait open. But I still think that you should give some credit to him, that he owned up to the deal.
Yeah.
The words that he spoke in Versailles and the surroundings were very nice words. That's what one would like to hear from the American president in the first place.
Right. By putting Lebanon in the first clause of this memorandum, he has once again sent a very strong signal to Israel that whatever Iran is asking regarding Lebanon is going to be his preference as well. But given the scenario in Israel, where they are clearly saying that we are not going to completely back up from the security zones they have already made, and there is going to be a further incursion as well, and the fact that there is an election in Israel as well, where do you see the Lebanon problem going?
The Lebanon problem is going nowhere. It's going to be compounded. It's going to get bad. The problem with the document is that it talks of ceasefire in Lebanon, but it does not talk of withdrawal of Israeli forces. So I think this is a clause put in by Iran, but just like the nuclear issue, very hard bargaining, hard negotiations are going to take place in the 60-day period. on what would happen to Lebanon, whether they would keep their so-called security zone. I don't think it's a security zone.
That's
it's
what
just
they call
blatant.
it. Yeah,
yes.
That's what they frame it. That's how they frame it. Dr. Imran, Pakistan has played a very pivotal role. Of course, it has been a guarantor now as a signatory on this document. How did we get here?
I think we got here because of it started in May. We did very well militarily, and then even before that, we had repaired our relationship with Iran. When the previous president had visited, we had repaired before the war, even repaired our relationship with the military. The chief of defense forces had good relations. Then he also had good relations with the U.S. And then we were strategically placed. Then we did good diplomacy, and eventually we got here.
That's where I was coming. If you can achieve so much internationally, geopolitically, why can't you transform it into an internal, coherent problem solving as well?
Because externalities are easier to manage. You make promises, you go, you talk to people. Internally, you have wooden, corrupt civil service, and which cannot deliver to the people. You don't want to undertake any reform. Your FBR is a total failure, yet you keep on saying that it's doing well. You don't speak the truth, and people are absolutely suffering in poverty. You need to get your fiscal deficit right. Ask for $3 billion from somebody instead of floating bonds. You need to get your heads together. Have you seen any speech by one of Pakistan's leadership, uniformed or ununiformed, about betterment of the Pakistani people? You can hear about the two-nation theory. You can hear about other things. You can hear about our great triumph and everything. Have you ever heard someone stand up and say that I'm going to go outside this hall and talk to the people suffering in the heat? You are not even a distant talking point, the people of Pakistan. I'm sorry, but I have to flag it now. Right. Because we have doubled off everything.
Everybody is flagging it. I was just covering a special transmission by our channel on the budget session, and every single economist that was coming into the debate was asking the same question. So you're not the only one. My last question to you. Do you think this ceasefire or this memorandum and everything that it says would hold, or there is going to be a sustained bombardment campaign by Israel because they have an election in October, I repeatedly say, and that can affect this deal as well? Or do you think no matter what happens in Lebanon, this deal is going to stand because US wants to back off?
I think this deal is going to stand, and I think Israel cannot even drop a leaflet or even a bullet without American approval. So this is all, we have framed it, the world has framed it in such a manner as if Israel is independent. Israel is not independent in its military action at all.
But how would we know that? Because there is this narrative in Israel. They are consistently saying that without US, we should be able to continue doing what we have started.
In the recent times, this is Israel's darkest hour. Just like it's Pakistan's finest hour, it's Israel's darkest hour. US prestige has dipped, and I think Israel is going to have to do a lot of soul searching. They won't be able to, because like India, they've fashioned their society on a lie. So therefore it's very difficult for people to wake up and realize what is sanity. They don't know what sanity is. But the US will need to restrain Israel, and if they don't do it, then the world is going to get involved in another war, another downturn, another bad situation.
Right. Dr. Imran Ali Chaudhry, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure having you.